ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु, सहनौ भुनक्तु, सह वीर्यं करवावहै, तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः। देवाय तस्मै श्लोक नंबर 26। अथ सप्तमोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच वेदाहं समतीतानि वर्तमानानि चार्जुन भविष्याणि च भूतानि मां तु वेद न कश्चन। इच्छाद्वेषसमुत्थेन द्वन्द्वमोहेन भारत सर्वभूतानि सम्मोहम् सर्गे यान्ति परन्तप। So we are seeing the topic of Sakama Bhakti and the cause for Sakama Bhakti. What is Sakama Bhakti? Worshipping Ishvara with some material desire to bring some change in the world, in the setup. Like, I want wealth, I want money, and therefore I worship the Lord. I want some position, so I worship the Lord. I want my son to get admission in some college, so I worship the Lord. Or I want children, therefore I worship the Lord. These are called Sakama Bhakti. And nothing wrong in it. But Bhagavan said this Sakama Bhakti is keeping you in samsara. You will get Sakama Bhakti, doesn't go waste. Definitely you will get what you have prayed for. If you have prayed appropriately, sufficiently, then as per the law of karma, you will be given the result. Therefore, we should not discourage people doing Sakama Bhakti. But we show the limitation. Shastra shows the limitation that this bhakti will give limited result, and after getting limited result, you will continue to be limited. Limited you were before karma, and limited you will be after the result of karma. And therefore, one day, sometime in life, one outgrows this Sakama Bhakti. and goes to Nishkama Bhakti for attaining Ishvara as oneself. Then Bhagavan described that why people do not worship Ishvara for Ishvara Prapti, Nishkama Bhakti, why it doesn't happen? Because people do not understand the glory of attaining Ishvara. If I ask you that, oh, if you do this sadhana, if you do this activity, you will attain Ishvara. Then you will ask this question, what will I do? If I get Ishvara, what will I do? That question comes. So people think that Ishvara also is one of the objects which if I attain, nothing will happen. So people do not know the glory of what Ishvara Prapti is, and therefore they do not worship. So those who do not worship Ishvara for Ishvara Prapti, Nishkama Bhakti, if they don't have, it is because they do not know what glory Ishvara has. And why Ishvara's glory remain covered? Because people are busy with his names and forms. Bhagavan's dress, Maya is the dress of Bhagavan. And Bhagavan's dress is so attractive that people miss Bhagavan. Like sometimes people's earring is so beautiful that you look at the earring, the person's face you don't see properly. The earring is so attractive. So similarly, Bhagavan's dress is so beautiful, attractive, and dress is Maya. So Bhagavan says, my Maya is as though covering me, and therefore people miss me. And this is not the problem which is started on a given day. It is not one fine morning or evening you started having ignorance of Bhagavan. In the 27th sloka, Bhagavan says, this ignorance and ignorance born wrong conclusions are something which people are born with. Since birth they are there. And they are there because in the previous Janma, they had this Ragadvesha, likes and dislikes based delusion. And in the last class, we had seen what type of delusion? Dividing the whole world into two categories. These are favorable to me, these are unfavorable to me. People say this, winter is favorable to me, summer is unfavorable. Or other way around, summer is favorable to me, winter is unfavorable. Marriage is favorable, this is not favorable. Similarly, this India is favorable, this Western country not favorable. So we always have that mark, favorable, unfavorable, favorable, unfavorable. And what happens? If your division and what you are getting, they are matching, no problem. Whatever I consider favorable, if I get it, and whatever I consider unfavorable, I don't get it, then no problem. But that doesn't happen. Whatever I consider favorable, many a times I don't get it. And what I consider unfavorable, that I keep on getting. It is something like, some guest you like. So the guests you like, they very rarely come. And the guests you don't like, they keep on coming. So that is how people have this helpless situation. That raga and dvesha, likes and dislike based division is there, and because of that division, people remain busy. People remain busy with the external world, the activities regarding changing the world. What I don't like, I want to get rid of it. What I like, I want to get it. And in that only people remain busy. So likes and dislikes are causing the dvandva moha, the division of the pairs of opposite. And based on dvandva moha, there is a bahirbhukata, extrovertedness. Extrovertedness means we are busy changing the world. This is a very, what is called, special feature of every samsari, that he or she wants to change the world. People should be like this, government should be like this, my relatives should be like this, weather should be like this, my all planets, they should be proper. Always there is desire to change the world, not to change myself. I want to continue to be what I am. People should change. And that because of that, people remain busy, people remain extrovert, and they don't pay attention to correcting oneself, understanding oneself, understanding Ishvara. All those things do not take their attention. They remain busy with the world, changing the world. And because of that, what happens? Whatever wrong conclusions they have about themselves, Ishvara will continue. So ignorance and ignorance based wrong conclusions continue, and they will be carried forward in next janma. And therefore, people are born with ignorance of the Ishvara of oneself and born with the wrong conclusion. So this is our capital. Ignorance and ignorance born conclusion is something we are born with. So they are not born on a particular day. They have been there. So we need not blame ourselves for this ignorance and ignorance born conclusion. We can take responsibility for not removing ignorance, not removing wrong conclusion. We had many times opportunity as a jiva, many times I have become human beings, but I did not use this human life for removing this ignorance and ignorance based conclusion. For that I am responsible. I don't blame myself, but I take responsibility. And nobody is responsible for your ignorance and ignorance born conclusion. But as long they are there, they will continue to keep you in samsara. Having presented the problem of samsara and its cause, now in the next shloka, Bhagavan is talking about the turnaround. Turnaround means the shift, the change happens in the life of a person and how it will take the person to moksha. The turnaround is described from the 28th shloka. We'll read. येषां त्वन्तगतं पापम् जनानां पुण्यकर्मणाम् ते द्वन्द्वमोहनिर्मुक्ताः भजन्ते मां दृढव्रताः. So here Bhagavan describes that there can be a turnaround in one's life. Generally people, what happens, what is the biography of every jiva? Jiva is born with ignorance and ignorance born wrong conclusion, and therefore he or she will have this sense of limitations. Therefore there will be so many desires to attain this or that, and for that person will be busy with the activities and never pays attention to Atmajnanam, Ishwarajnanam. So he was born as bound person, he dies as a bound person. Born bound and dying bound. Born bound is you cannot blame yourself. You are born bound. But at least you had opportunity to come out of this bondage. You did not, if you don't use that opportunity, what will happen? Person will die bound. And this is what happens to most of the jivas. But there are few where some change happens. And where does the change start? Bhagavan says, Yesham tu. However, people for whom? And who are those people? Punya karmanam. The people who have started doing these righteous activities. The activities which are generating punya. And Puja Swamiji used to say there are two types of activities in the popular language. We say two types of activities can help us to earn punya. What are they? One is reaching out activities. Help others. In fact, help is not a good word. Serve others. Serve others with the attitude that all of them are manifestation of Ishvara or some divine power. If you don't believe in Ishvara, some power. Serve others. Give something. You give money, you give time, your knowledge, resources. So that is called reaching out action. Which Swamiji used to emphasize this so much. He used to say, everybody is a consumer, but everybody has to become a contributor. Learn to be a contributor. Every day ask this question, did I contribute anything to the world? Some people say, Swami, yes, I contributed some problems to my family members. I contributed. They had 10 problems, I made it 15. Not really the problem. Positively, did you contribute? Did you relieve somebody from some pain? Did you bring some smile on the face of somebody by giving something? Or if you don't have money, at least speak some sweet words. In Sanskrit, it is very beautifully said, Vachane ka daridrata. In using sweet language, why are you become poor? Use sweet language. Make the person feel good about himself. You at least you ask, how are you? I hope you are doing well. And if somebody says, no, I have this problem, that problem, I will pray for you. Say some sweet words. That also is a contribution. Wherever you can start, you start contributing. If you cannot give money, some people cannot part with money. Because they say by hard earned money. So hard earned money means what? You cannot part it so easily. Hardly you part with. Doesn't matter. It's okay. To give also you require some punyam. So if you don't have that punyam, don't give money. Give some sweet words. Give some time. At least have this wish. Oh Lord, please give me the opportunity to serve the world within my resources, within my whatever framework it is. So that is called reaching out activity. Every day, minimum one thing we should do, that we help somebody. Something we do good, not for material benefit. Some plants are there which are not taken care of by anybody, not your plant, not your garden. Somewhere, some public place or somewhere, give some water. Or go to the hospital, help somebody. Spend 5-10 minutes. That is one thing. Or even that you cannot do. At least pray, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha. Pray for the world. Chant this many times, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha. You can pray in your own language. It's not Sanskrit is required. Any language, English, Tamil, whatever, Kannada, whatever language, you spend 5 minutes for the well-being of the world. Pray for the world, not for yourself. That also is one way of contribution. Second is prayerful activities in the form of japa, in the form of puja, in the form of parayanam. So that prayerful activities are also earning punyam. So there are two ways of earning punyam, reaching out activities, and second is prayerful activities. And prayerful is the three types. One is kaika, doing puja or going to the temple, doing some seva in the temple. In Tamil Nadu, they use the word kainkaryam. Kainkaryam they use, it's a very beautiful word. Do some kainkaryam. Have at least mind, have the mind to do something. And second is, so puja, going to the temple, doing some seva in the temple, that is one. Second is Parayanam. Every day chant Vishnu Sahasranama, Lalita Sahasranama, or any stotra you like. Or even if you don't know any stotra, how to chant and all this, doesn't matter. Chant Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Loudly chant. And if you can invite somebody, this Samuha Kirtanam, chanting together is very, very useful. It inspires, it creates some particular atmosphere. So do some chanting of Bhagavan Nama or chanting some stotras. And third is you can do some upasana, some meditation, some mental japa. So in this manner you can earn punya. So first thing is jananam punya karmanam. So bring some righteous religious activities in your life. Second thing is antagatam papam. Papam is removed. The people for whom papam is removed, ended. And it suggests two things. One is we stop or at least reduce wrong activities. Wrong activities means what? The activities which are creating papa. Like what? Like hurting some people. We stop using the language, abusive language, which hurts people. We stop cheating others. We stop manipulating with others. For small things we tell lies. Small things we manipulate with others. If you have come late, you simply said, I was late, I started late, it was laziness. Next time I will be careful. Instead of that, generally nowadays what they say? Traffic jam. They never say they started late. The traffic jam was only for 5 minutes. You started late by 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That you don't mention. What do you say? Traffic jam. Why should you be like that? Tell plainly, I started late because of my carelessness or whatever, because of this reason or that reason, started late. Small things. So even the family member, they cheat each other. The husband will not tell the things to wife will not tell things to husband, and the children will not tell to parents will not tell to children. And if there is some good intention and you don't tell, okay. But sometimes if there is an intention of hiding one's fault, misleading the others and using the situation, all those papa karmas we stop. And mainly stop using the hurting language, abusive language, insulting language. However small person is, everybody deserves respect. That is very, very important. Everybody deserves respect because everybody is this creation of Ishvara. And thereby manifestation of Ishvara. That is why we do Namaste. Namaste means I salute to you who is the residence of Ishvara. That is our attitude. Therefore, we stop using abusive language. We stop manipulating, stop evading tax, minimize all those things. That is called Papam Antagata. That is one thing. Second thing is, when you do certain karma, certain actions, those actions themselves will remove Papa. Right action, some of the right actions will remove this effect of wrong actions. And in this manner, the person's punyam is increased and papam is reduced. Then, te dvandva moha nirmuktaha. They become free from the delusion of pairs of opposite. What does it mean? In the last shloka which was said, dvandva mohena means having this aviveka that this person will make me happy, that setup will make me happy. All that division is there. We are thinking that world is the source of happiness. Particular person is source of happiness. That is called Dvandva Moha. This person will make me unhappy. Some people say, oh, today is this day, it is not a good day for me. This is a very good day. If you have got proper attitude, every day is a good day. So people are afraid, oh, today is this day, so something may happen. This is called Dvandva Moha. Or some people say, Swamiji, that person is very unlucky. If I see him, no, Swamiji, whole day something will happen. Some people they say, I saw him in the morning, no, Swamiji, all wrong things will happen. So this is called Dvandva Moha. So person is now free from that type of division. In the language of Tattva Bodha, person gets Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka. In this world, nothing is permanent. Permanent is only Ishvara. That is called Dvandva Moha Nirmukta. And these people further progress. Bhajante Mam Dradhavrataha. They worship me, they pursue me, Ishvara. How? Dradhavrataha. With firm resolve. In life, the resolve has to come that in this world, only Ishvara is worth attaining. Ishvara alone is worth pursuing. Everything else is temporary. We do it for transaction purpose, but none of them is going to give me what I am seeking in my life. That firm resolve, Sarvatha Ishvaraha Bhagavan eva bhajaniyaha. In all aspects, this final conclusion is that in all aspects, Bhagavan alone is worth worshipping, worth pursuing. Anywhere else, you cannot get permanent security, permanent peace, permanent happiness. And therefore, Dradhavrata, firm resolve has come that Ishvara alone is worth worshipping. And then person starts doing satsanga, and by that satsanga, he will get the jnanam that Ishvara is the creator of this world, cause of this world, and finally, I am non-separate from Ishvara. In this manner, Dradhavrataha. Bhagavan Bhashyakara says, Evameva Paramartha Tattvam. Bhagavan is of this nature alone. And I would like to discover oneness with that Paramatma. In this manner, Dradhavrataha, very firm resolve, bhajante, they pursue me. How? Shravana Manana Nididhyasanam. By doing this, listening to the scripture, deliberation on that, and contemplation on that, they bhajante. So worshipping the Lord we have seen, it is different ways Ishvara can be worshipped. And what way one should worship depends upon one's level. If a person has got a lot of ragadvesha, likes and dislikes, better he does the sadhana of karma yoga. That also is called Bhagavad Bhajanam only. Following the sadhana of karma yoga is one way of worshipping Ishvara. And if person's likes and dislikes are reduced, then another way of worshipping Ishvara is upasana. So person does meditation on Ishvara. That also Ishvara bhajana. And person has done Shravan, this Karma Yoga and Upasana and is relatively qualified. Then person can start doing exclusive pursuit of Dhanam called Shravana Manana Nididhyasana. So depending upon your background, depending upon the qualification you have in terms of spiritual pursuit, you worship the Lord. In this manner, how a change takes place in the life of a sadhaka. And change starts with what? Punya karmana. That's what one Mahatma Ji nicely said. He said, whatever wrong things happening in your life, wrong things are being done in your life, doesn't matter. You start remembering Bhagavan Nama. Start with that. Even though you say, Swamiji, I cannot remain without this wrong thing, I cannot remain without this wrong thing, doesn't matter. Okay, that we will see later. That also to be given up. But you start at least 10 minutes, some Bhagavan Nama you chant, that will bring some change in you, and slowly that papa will be reduced. And then you will become free from those activities. They are also to be given up. But sometimes giving up is very difficult. Doing something positively is easy. For some people, giving up is easy. Some people, doing new things is difficult. So, depending upon your background, you start whatever small punya karma, the righteous act, then it will bring turnaround. And now in the next shloka, Bhagavan is concluding, next two shlokas, is concluding and sowing the seed for the next chapter. So Bhagavan uses the language in such a way that questions will be asked by Arjuna and answer will be given in the next chapter. So here Bhagavan says that the people, those who worship me, they will understand me completely. And what is the meaning of completely understanding Ishvara? That is described in the next two shlokas. We'll read in the next 29th shloka. Jara marana mokshaya mamashritya yatanti ye te brahma tadviduh krishnam अध्यात्मं कर्म चाखिलम्. Jara Marana Mokshaya. Why people are pursuing me, worshipping me? He says, Jara, old age, Marana, death, Moksha means freedom. Freedom from old age and death. And freedom from old age and death means freedom from samsara. Jara and Marana are representative of bondage. What is a bondage? Person is helplessly born, helplessly goes through various situations, and he has to suffer this old age and death. That is called samsara. And freedom from that samsara, yatanti. People make effort. Yea, those who make effort. An effort, as we saw, it can be in the form of karma yoga, it can be in the form of upasana, it can be in the form of jnana yoga, depending upon the background. And one important condition in any pursuit is mam ashritya. Bhagavan said, having surrendered to me, having resorted to me. So by this, what is suggested is that you require effort in your pursuit of moksha, but effort is not enough. Along with effort, you require the grace of Ishvara. So some people, they believe that only I have surrendered to Ishvara, I will not do anything. That is one extreme. Other people say, why should I ask for help to Ishvara? I will get it. Both are wrong. In our Shastra, we say, you have to put forth effort, at the same time, you require the grace of Ishvara. Both are required. And so here, Yatanti shows what? Doing efforts. And Mama Shritya is showing this importance of the grace of Ishvara. With just as Ratha, the chariot will run with both the wheels. Similarly, we require effort, we require grace. And Bhagavan's grace is what? Generally, people think that grace means one fine morning, something, my roof will break and will send something, Bhagavan will drop moksha or Bhagavan will drop some wealth. That is not grace. Grace means Bhagavan is directing our buddhi to right decision. This is very important understanding. People think grace means whatever I want, Bhagavan should give me. That is not real grace. Real grace is that Bhagavan is directing you to right direction, directing you to take right decisions. And Puja Swamiji used to say, Your life is your decisions. So right decisions will make your life right. And therefore, right direction, right decisions we are prompted to. That is the grace of Ishvara. There's a beautiful shloka in Sanskrit which says, Na haste yashti madaya deva rakshanti manava. He said, the devas, these gods, they are not protecting us with a stick in their hand. Oh, I am with you, with stick. That is not the grace of devatas. Yam tu rakshitum icchanti subuddhya yojayanti tam. Very beautifully said. Devata protects the people how? By engaging them, associating them with right decisions. So when you get right decision in your life, that is the grace of Ishvara. That is why in Gayatri Mantra also last part is what? Dhiyaha naha prachodayat. The prayer is that, oh Lord, please direct our buddhi to right decisions. So real grace of Ishvara is in the form of leading us to right decision, right company, right people. And so, Mam Ashritya, that is why we have got the attitude of surrender to Bhagavan, and at the same time we make necessary efforts. Then those people, Brahma Viduhu, that Brahma they know, the ultimate Lord, they understand. Krishnam completely, Adhyatmam, along with the truth of the individual. They understand Paramatma along with the truth of the individual. Means they understand Paramatma as Atma. That is the idea conveyed by Adhyatma. Karma cha akhilam. And they understand all karma. What is real karma? All these definitions will be given in the next chapter. So karma means action. What is appropriate action which leads to the spiritual growth? That is called karma. So they understand karma, they understand adhyatma, they understand Ishvara completely. And in the next sloka, similar idea is given. They understand Ishvara in all aspects. Sadi bhutadi devam maham Sadi yagnanchaye viduhu प्रयाणकालेऽपि च माम् ते विदुर्युक्तचेतसः. So Bhagavan says, those people who are pursuing me with surrender, attitude of surrender and necessary efforts, they viduhu, they understand. Ye viduhu, those who understand me, Ishvara, Sadi Bhutadi Devam, with the aspects connected with bhutas, connected with this nature, and Adidevam, they understand me with the aspects related to the devatas, deities. And Sadi Yagdam, they understand me with the aspect related to Yagya. And those people who are Yukta Chetasaha, having this mastered mind, Yukta means mastered, well focused mind. Te viduhu, they know me, prayana kale api. Even at the time of departure, their appreciation of me, Ishvara, will continue. And for that, they have lived the life in the pursuit of knowledge. How a person dies, it has much to do with how he has lived his life. You don't have to bother about death. If you have lived your life well, then you will leave this body happily, comfortably, remembering Ishvara. These people, even at the time of death, they would remember, they would appreciate Ishvara. Thus, Bhagavan said that if a person starts the Punya Karma and give up Papa Karma and start pursuing the Shravana Manana Nididhyasanam, then he will attain me through the knowledge of oneness. So with this, the 7th chapter is concluded. We'll read the We call upon Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat. इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे ज्ञानविज्ञानयोगो नाम सप्तमोऽध्यायः. Om Tat Sat. These are the three words which are the names of Ishvara. And generally we chant at the end. When we do something, we say Om Tat Sat. Means now we are concluding this work with the remembrance of Ishvara. With all said and done, Ishvara stands. That is our attitude. Om Tat Sat. Iti means completed, thus ends. Saptamodhyaya, 7th chapter in Bhagavad Gita, which is equivalent to Upanishad, which is dealing with Brahma Vidya, which is in the form of the scripture dealing with the preparation, and Bhagavad Gita is a dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. In that Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter is concluded. What is the name of the chapter? Jnana Vijnana Yoga Nama. Nama means called. The 7th chapter called Jnana Vijnana Yoga. The yoga means topic. So the chapter having the topic of Jnanam and Vijnanam. Jnanam is knowing Ishvara is. Vijnanam is knowing I am Ishvara. I am non-separate from Ishvara. So these both are talked about in this chapter. Therefore this chapter is called Jnana Vijnana Yoga. So with this 7th chapter is concluded. From the next class we'll see the 8th chapter. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameshishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.